Hello, everybody. Over the last few years, we've seen a lot of tests. What I'm talking about by tests is spiritual tests. There's been times where I've seen the church, this is me included, we've sometimes passed the test. But for the most part, I've seen a lot of failing of tests. There'd be a little something here, a little something there. And for the most part, me and other people within the churches have given in, and we've give a little here, give a little there, and we've, to be honest, we failed the test. The Bible says you'll know a tree by the fruit it bears. You'll know if you come up on a tree and somebody tells you, say, that's an apple tree. But then you turn around and look, and there's bananas hanging in it. Say, well, that's not an apple tree, that's a banana tree. And you look again, they'll say, well, that's a cherry tree, but then you turn around and there's oranges in it. You say, well, that's not a cherry tree, that's an orange tree. I've not seen a lot of good fruit the last few years. There's been a lot of trees that have been claiming to be apple trees and are growing oranges. A lot of trees claiming to be Christians, but the fruit they're bearing looks like the world. And every time that it's put to the test, it's just been fail after fail after fail. And there's coming a day where the wheat's going to be separated from the tare. There's going to be a test at the end. Everything's going to be separated out. It's going to be known who's believers, who's not. And it's, you think the church is in a better shape than it's in, then you see these tests come about, and it's disheartening to see the fail. And it puts back into perspective that you can't put your faith in people. You can only put your faith in Jesus Christ. Man will let you down. What we've seen, especially in the American church, over these last 4 years during shutdowns and all these regulations, it's just been fail after fail, and it just shows you that you can't put faith in man. It has to be in God. It has to be in Jesus Christ. And that has to be the cornerstone that everything's built on. If you don't have a foundation built on Jesus Christ, then whenever these tests from all these different regulations and such come about, you're going to see these fails. And I think it's been a good test for the church to see where we're at and where we're not where we need to be. And hopefully the church has seen that, and we're going to make those adjustments, because we're going to need it in the days ahead. I guess what was so disheartening about it is that the church gave in to these things and did what they was told to do with hardly any pushback. And I understand that the Bible says to render unto Caesar what's Caesar's, and unto the Lord what's the Lord's. But there comes a time when what Caesar wants and what the Lord wants is in opposition. So we need to stand for what's right. Stand for biblical principles. And when something comes up that's only of the flesh, just render under Caesar what's Caesar's, Unto God, what's God? I'm not saying to not pay taxes, not follow the laws, but I'm saying there is times now, and it's going to be times in the future, where what the church is asked to do ain't always going to be something the church can do and still be the church. So that's something to think about. Hold that line. Don't give in, because there's going to be times in the future where we're going to be asked again to give in, and we're going to be put to the test again. And I'm hoping in the future we won't fail like we have in the past. So just be encouraged. Do what you know is right. Hold the line where it needs to be held at. Render unto Caesar what Caesar's, but most importantly, unto God, what's God's. Hang in there, you can do it. And always remember that Jesus came to seek and to save that which was lost. And you can be saved, and you can do it. We'll see you next time.